Hey guys, I'm CLINTFLAIRWOO. Welcome back to another Division 2 build video, and today this is my Flatulence build for PvE. I want to deal some insane fart gas damage with as little armor as possible, and yes, free K skill power. On this build, I want to be dealing 54% LMG damage, which transfers to my Pestilence LMG, which absolutely rocks. It hits like a monster truck, and 202k fart gas clouds. This build is so much fun in PvE. You are squishy, yes, hands up, it is what it is, but you can't be perfect in this game. So what I've built is a heavy DPS, heavy skill power, no armor, sit in cover and get your skills back very quickly, very efficiently, and you're also dealing some crazy DPS on NPCs. This is my Flatulence build for PvE, and it's so much fun. Centered around, yes, the Pestilence exotic LMG, which does drop, unfortunately, in the DZs. However, there is a rarity that it can drop in the light zone from heroic missions. Guys, check this build out. Yes guys, I'm CLINTFLAIRWOO and I'm back once again like the Renegade Master with another Division 2 PvE build, which is stupidly insane. It is so much fun dealing with this particular build because you are dealing high DPS and you are dealing a lot of skill damage as well. It is fun rolling with this. It's the best of both worlds, but it's exceptionally challenging because you have very little armor. Let's do this. And here you go guys, this is my Flatulence build for PvE, and I'm rolling with the Nerf gun specialization just because, again, I'm going to get extra 10% skill damage, and not to mention that 50% skill power increase, which will push me across the 3k barrier. That's to ensure that my mods, or the high-end mods that I have, are available locked. Now, I have 7 offensive stats, I have 3 defensive stats, and 11 utility stats. I'm rolling with, yes, the Pestilence LMG. I love this weapon. For PvE content, this weapon is beastly. And if you are rocking with this in PvE, let me know below and I will give you a virtual high five. But yes, Pestilence LMG, 27.2k base damage. I have a lot of damage on this weapon. It's crazy. I have 605 RPM. My armor is a little bit on the low side, kind of on par for a skill build, in all fairness, but for me, a little bit on the low, and it's 231.1k. My health is 66.1k, which gives me a little added survivability in PvE. My skill power is 3,260, which is, again, anything above 3,000. You've got to be careful because you don't want to go too high because you are over-indexing on your skill power. Because skill power doesn't go any higher than 3k in terms of increasing your damage or your healing, because mods will only go up to 3k. So don't go above and beyond. There's no point. If you do, it is just a waste of resources and spec rather into weapon damage or armor. So yes, guys, let's go for the pieces. The first piece is the mask, and it is the China Light Industries Corporation mask. I'm going to get that 10% explosive damage, 10% shotgun damage. No shotguns on this build, guys, no shotties, but I'm using 2-piece China Light, is what it is. 51% damage to elites, 19% skill haste, and the talent destructive, which is 40% explosive damage. And again, that is key to the build. The chest piece. This is my first 2 of ongoing directive, and I'm rolling with a 2-piece for the simple reason is that 25% bleed damage, which synergizes perfectly with my skills. Now with this chest piece, this is a pre-TU6 chest piece, because take a look at this. It has the attributes Skill power. I rolled on some armor to give me a bit more survivability, otherwise I'll be really feather in the wind with this build. That's 19% total armor. I have 15% explosive damage. I know people have 22, 23% explosive damage on their chest piece. You cannot roll this on or off. It is what it is. So guys, if you have in your stash an ongoing directive chest piece that has explosive damage, utilize it, because you will get that extra free damage in PvE. The mods. LMG damage 5%. A defensive mod, which is armor and total armor, and skill power with that explosive damage again of 4.5%. The holster is again ongoing directive. That will get me that 25% bleed damage. The mods, skill power and health. In terms of the offensive mod, it is LMG damage of 4%, LMG damage of 3%. Now onto the knee pads. I'm rolling with China Light Industries Corporation, and again I'm using this piece because it's going to give me that bit of skill power that will get me over the line for 3k, but also the talent calculated, which is integral to the build. Because what I would do with this build is, you cannot face tank. You can try and you will deal some damage, of course you will, but however, you are very weak. So you stick in cover with this build, you will hit very hard, and calculated will get your skills back so much quicker. And at the end of the video, I will demonstrate how quick you can get these back. Now, another reason why I'm using this is because it has an offensive mod, and that gives me that extra 5% LMG damage. The gloves. The gloves are the contractor's gloves. They are, again, a perfect piece. And it's part of the Petrov Defense Group brand set that gives me 10% LMG damage. I've also got another 12% LMG damage. 4% assault rifle damage and 102 skill power. And it is perfect terminate. Depleting an enemy's armor grants plus 40% skill damage for 15 seconds. Kills refresh this. You need 5 more utility stats to have this active and available. Now, why I'm using this is simply because I'm mixing it up from the BTSU gloves, and it enables me to do that extra 22% LMG damage, which is pretty nice. That means all the work if you wish. However, I want to garner as much damage from a Pestilence as possible, and in doing so, this does help. It's the extra 22% LMG damage is a treat, and also I'm getting that 40% skill damage, which is up all of the time. It's crazy. Now the backpack. The backpack is the percussive maintenance, or percussive maintenance. That's Alpsum Armament, so that's 20% skill haste. The skill power and skill haste are the attributes. Perfect tech support, which is kills by active skills, and explosives grant plus 30% skill damage for 10 seconds. And capacitive, which is plus 50% skill duration. In terms of the mods, it's skill power with explosive damage and skill power reload speed, which is handy given I'm rolling with an LMG, and more explosive damage. Now, as you can see, there's only 51% damage to elite on the build. Cassie Mendoza is selling a special one of these this week that gives perfect tech support and hard hitting. So that's something I would bear in mind if you do want to add some more hard hitting or some more damage to elite on the build. Now the weapons, the primary weapon is, yes, the Pestilence LMG exotic bad boy with 27.2k base damage, 605 RPM, 100 in the mag, and Plague of the Outcast is the primary talent. After hitting the same enemy 5 times, that enemy is inflicted with Plague of the Outcast for 10 seconds. Whenever an enemy with Plague of the Outcast is killed, they leave a fart cloud for 5 seconds that deals 1000% weapon damage per second to anyone inside and inflicts them with Pestilence. Now, that is 272k damage. Boom. Anyone in that fart gas cloud will, they will go quite quickly. They'll be dropped like a sack of spuds, done. So that is something to bear in mind. The higher weapon damage you have, the bigger the fart. Simple as. Pestilence. This debuff reduces healing received by 50% for 10 seconds. Whenever an enemy with Pestilence will be downed, they are instead instantly killed. The debuff is removed if the enemy is repaired to full armor. And the holster talent, again, I don't utilize this whatsoever, but it's called Outcast Resilience. While holstered, gain 20% bonus armor for 5 seconds whenever you are affected by blind, bleed, or burning. In terms of the mods, these are fixed mods. They cannot be changed. They are rate of fire, weapon handling, and stability. It'd be nice if it had some damage to elites, but it is what it is. Secondary is the G36. I only use this for the holster talent, which is rooted. While equipped and in cover, all skill damage and healing is increased by 25% for 10 seconds. Buff is lost when next in cover. Can occur once per 60 seconds. Nice to have that extra bit of damage on the build. And the mods, again, they're just for show, so don't use this particular weapon. And then my sidearm is the 93R, and I'm using that for in rhythm. While equipped, enemy kills have a 5% chance to refresh. Active skill cooldowns can occur once every 60 seconds. They're the mods. Now we'll take a look at the skills. We'll start with the secondary skill, and that is the Stinger Hive. Now, this will affect NPCs with bleed, which is pretty cool. And again, the higher bleed you have, the more damage you have, which is pretty nice. So it has a refill speed of 2.5 seconds. So every 2.5 seconds, you will get 1 charge back on the hive. You have 22 charges as standard. I've gone for the 8 meter range. I've gone for the smaller one. The duration is 75 seconds. The health is 151,000. The damage is 131,000. And the PvP damage is 21,000. Now, you can see with the mods, I have opted for damage and 2 charge mods. You can go for radius if you so wish, but you're going to lose about 7 charges. So that's something to bear in mind. Now, my secondary skill, or my primary skill, sorry, is the Cluster Seeker Mine. And I'm using this for the raw damage. 17.1 second cooldown. I have 610k base damage, 3 mines, blast radius 4 meters, and the PvP 2k. I've opted for skill haste, damage, and more damage. You can opt for more cluster mines if you so wish. That is entirely up to you. More cluster mines is a good thing. However, I have opted for more damage on this build. I have ran this simultaneously with 6 and 3, and I've had more success with the extra damage mod as opposed to the extra cluster mines mod. Again, but it's personal preference. I tend to mix things up quite consistently. Now we've seen the stats, well, the gear. Let's take a look at the special stats. So we see all the weapon talents that are available. Now I have weapon damage of 27,240, which would mean my Pestilence Fart Gas Cloud, that flatulence cloud, is going to be 272,400. Boom. Yeah, any NPCs in there will absolutely pass out with the stench of that fart. Now, there's no crit chance. There's crit damage 25%, headshot damage 65%, a range of 35 meters, my 5.4 second reload time, which is ghastly, I know, but it is what it is. Reload speed of 3.5 seconds, a little bit of stability, weapon handling, and all weapons damage bonus. But the sexy number to look at is this sheet, 54% LMG damage bonus. And again, I have 2 mods that aren't 5%, so I could get this to about 57% with some better mods. There's something to bear in mind, so there's room to maneuver to make this better. And then we have 51% damage to elites. Again, guys, this could be even stronger with that extra damage to elites of 25%. Explosive damage of 75.5%, which is quite tasty yet again. If you're using the Demolitionist, you will get another, yes, 25%. So that will put you around about 100% explosive damage. Something else to bear in mind while putting this together. Some gear brand sets. My armor is 231k, max health 66, health regen 33. And my health regen, yeah, and my explosive resistance 3.48%. Unfortunately, there's no hazard protection. That is the only negative part of this build I found, is the lack of hazard protection in PvE. So yes, if I had some, happy days, but again, something to bear in mind, moving forward. We can't be perfect with each build, but that's something I would love on this build. But guys, yeah, this is it. I'll show you a bit of a demonstration how it works in the range right now. That's the build. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Let's take a look how effective this is and how calculated works. First, let's just change the difficulty to very hard. Let's try some badass NPCs as opposed to some red bars. Right, here we go. So I'm going to get in cover so you can see now I'm in cover. What I want to do is I want to pop my Stinger Hive. And we'll take a look at the HUD and we can see something that will proc very shortly. And that is the talent calculated. That is getting those skills back quicker by 10%. And there you go, you can see the bleed kick in. So happy days. Which is quite nice. And you can see that every 2.5 seconds, the charges will refill. And again, that's helped with some skill haste, which is quite nice. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use my Seeker Mines. And then we'll see, again, that's about a 17-second cooldown, if I recollect. And then we'll pop the Hive and we'll see how quickly I get back my Seeker Mines. Let's do this. Cool, there you go. So you see there's 15 seconds. Just watch that countdown now. 10, 5, done. Happy as Larry. Calculated works with your skills, also works with your weapons. Happy days. Quite easily. So calculated works with your skills and your weapon. Exactly what we need for PvE. And again, my Seeker Mines, they hit quite hard as well. You see it was 610k base damage. Hits easily over 1 million in all fairness. And my Hive is pretty beastly. 8 meter range, you can get this to 15 if you so desire. And delivers about a 9.5k bleed as well on elite enemies. But guys, this is it. This is my Flatulence build for PvE. This is superb fun. And as you've seen in the footage, it absolutely kicks ass also. Guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Drop a like. And if you want to see more Division 2 content, smash, pound, punch, whatever you need to do to the subscribe button. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.